Agency versus SaaS, probably the two business models which you scroll through Instagram, go through YouTube, you're going to see come up most often. And in this video, I'm going to take you through the uncomfortable truths about the two different businesses based on my experience of building a six-figure marketing agency and launching a SaaS business to a waiting list of over 500 businesses. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to tell you the secret of getting the most out of the two different business models. So for those of you that don't already know, a marketing agency is essentially where you provide marketing services to other businesses. It's been glorified by people like Iman Gadzi, who've been selling courses, sharing loads of different YouTube videos about why a marketing agency is so easy to start. And then SaaS stands for software as a service, which is essentially where you sell a software as a service. You're probably paying for loads already. Software such as Netflix is a SaaS because you pay a monthly or yearly subscription in order to get access to a software. Other things like SaaS that you're probably also using are platforms like Hootsuite, Slack, Asana, Notion. These are all SaaS, a software that you pay a monthly or yearly subscription for. And again, these have been so glorified over the past few years. One, as I've explained in my previous video, because SaaS businesses are easier to start than ever, but also because of the exit multiples that SaaS businesses have. It's not uncommon for people to sell their SaaS businesses the 10, 20, 30, even over 50x times their annual revenue. So if you've got a SaaS business which is doing over 100k a year, you could realistically sell your business for $1 million, which when you compare to a marketing agency, you're going to be lucky to get 1-2x times your yearly revenue if you sold your marketing agency. So very, very different business models, and I've got experience successfully growing both. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the pros and cons of them. And again, at the end, I'm going to take you through the secret of maximizing the returns from both of them. First of all, let's take you through the pros of the two different models. Now, first of all, for marketing agencies, pros certainly are how easy they are to start. All you need to do is have a skill and something that you can leverage in order to sell to other businesses. And even though I said at the start of the video that it's just marketing agencies, it isn't just marketing agencies. You can have an agency that does loads of different things: lead gen, marketing. I do an SEO business. There's loads of ads agencies out there. As long as you've got a skill, you can build an agency to essentially leverage that skill to charge other businesses. And as soon as you get to the point where you can't do the fulfillment, you bring on a team. They can either be contractors or full-time employees in order to deliver that service. Another pro of marketing agencies, it's very, very easy to build leverage either by utilizing software or utilizing a team. And what I mean by this is if you start a marketing agency, it is fairly easy in order to get a team in place to begin saving you time so you can focus on other things, either in the business or other things that you enjoy outside the business. What this actually means is there's lots of people out there that will start a marketing agency and then hire someone underneath them as a contractor to actually do the service delivery, which means that in theory, you can sit back and focus on growing the business, or again, focus on other things. Now, me myself, I'm a believer that you should never ever delegate or outsource something that you can't do yourself, but it is one pro of the agency model because you can outsource it and build a team fairly quickly. Now, moving on to the pros of SaaS. One of the big pros of SaaS is that your product itself does the service delivery. So as I'll touch upon in a second, for the agency model, one of the cons is that you yourself have to do a lot of the service delivery yourself until you get a team, which is very time consuming. However, with SaaS, the product itself does the service delivery, which means once you've got things set up, in theory, the product just does the service delivery and the selling itself, while you can, again, focus on other areas of the business, or if you set it up right, it can be autonomous. Another quick pro of SaaS, which I've already touched upon earlier in the video, is when you get it right, the exit multiples are much higher, which can make it much more lucrative if you really do want to get rich. As a mentor once told me, if you really want to get rich, you need to sell a business, you need to build equity in a business and sell it. And ultimately, if you're going to sell a business, then you want it to be the best business to sell, which is a SaaS business. Now, onto the third pro of SaaS businesses is that it has never been easier in human history for you to start a SaaS business. There are literally more tools and more platforms and more resources out there which can enable you to start a SaaS business with zero coding knowledge than ever, literally in human history. So as I mentioned before, for agencies, there's a really low barrier to entry. In SaaS, the barrier to entry has literally never been lower. So if you want to get into SaaS, if you want to benefit from the high exit multiples, from the product doing the service delivery itself, then SaaS is for you. And you probably also want to make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I share for free the lessons and the problems that I go through while bootstrapping my SaaS business. So be sure to give me a follow if this is something that you enjoy. Now onto the cons of the two different business models. And again, I've already slightly touched upon these, but first of all, starting off with the cons of the agency model. Ultimately, with an agency, you are providing a service to a client. Whether you deliver it yourself or you have a team that you provide that service to your clients for, you're still providing a service. And if you want your agency to make any real amount of money, you're going to need to sign a lot of clients on high retainers. So you're going to want to sign clients, that are paying 5,000 to 10,000 per month, maybe even more. So you're going to want to get high paying clients and a number of them. One of the challenges with this is that if a client is paying $10,000 per month, for example, they're going to expect a lot from your business, which means you're going to have to provide a lot of results, which ultimately comes from providing most likely a complicated and time-consuming service, which is the first con. Agencies can be extremely time consuming. Even though I've got a 21-person team across my SaaS business and agency, I'm still spending at least 40 hours per week at the moment, delivering services, speaking to clients, doing sales, doing the operations of my agency, which is completely fine because I love it and we've got extremely high growth goals. And in fact, we've got some excellent clients. But you sitting on the other side of the camera are probably going to want to know that when it comes to the agency side of things, one of the biggest cons is providing the service delivery. Moving on to the second con about agencies, as I've already touched upon in the video, the popularity of agencies is higher than it's ever been before. Again, through people like Iman Gadzi, the agency model, the marketing agency model is more popular than ever. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's publishing YouTube videos about how to scale a marketing agency to 10, 20, 30, however many Ks per month. It is literally everywhere. You can't avoid it, which means that the space is more competitive than ever. Despite it having a low barrier to entry, if you're going to start up an agency, you need to really bring something unique to the game, because there's going to be so many people that are better than you. There's going to be so much competition. And if you don't stand out, you're not going to sign clients. Now moving on to the cons of SaaS. And the first one really is a perceived con. I don't think it's actually a con because times have changed a lot now, and it really is. And 2022 really is the biggest opportunity for SaaS. But these are perceived cons. First of all, that it's expensive to get into SaaS. And second of all, that it's hard to get in SaaS. I'm not going to go into this in too much detail in this video. So check out my other video where I go through why anyone can start a SaaS business. But in short, people believe that it's expensive to start a SaaS business because typically you've had to have developers in order to build the software for you. And also they believe that it's too hard to get into SaaS because, again, you need lots of coding knowledge, you need coding experience, you need to have all these things that you're probably sitting on the other side of this camera, probably means that you're not going to be able to do SaaS. And I'm going to tell you flat out now is literally the easiest and best time to start a SaaS business. However, that is still a perceived con and is why I wanted to include it in this list. And the second con of SaaS that I'm going to touch upon is really more of a pitfall that I just see so common across different people that I speak to that are looking to start a SaaS business, have tried to start a SaaS business or failed in the past. And this is really a con, and it's around building stuff that people actually don't want to pay for. It's very easy for you to sit here and come across different SaaS ideas. I've already got a video taking you through 3 different methods to come up with SaaS ideas. So many people have SaaS ideas. So many people have built SaaS in the past. However, one con with SaaS is that it's super easy to build something that people aren't willing to pay for. Remember, just because people use your SaaS doesn't mean that it's going to make you money. So I'm telling you right now, it is a con and it is something that you need to be aware of. But now we've covered all of that, I'm now going to take you through the secret that allows you to skyrocket SaaS businesses and agency businesses. And that is creating a SaaS business which gives your agency a competitive advantage. And I'm going to use my own SaaS business as an example here. I run an SEO and content marketing agency. We rank pages on page 1 of Google, and I also have the world's most popular Squarespace SEO plugin. This plugin is going to be used by thousands of people by the end of the year, which already, as a marketing agency, puts us at the forefront of Squarespace. Now, we don't specialize in Squarespace at the moment, but imagine if we specialize in Squarespace. Imagine if we make the pivot to specializing in Squarespace. We will be a Squarespace SEO agency that has the most popular Squarespace SEO plugin, which is getting a unique understanding of how to rank Squarespace websites on page 1 of Google. On top of that, I'm also getting every single day feedback and data around how different Squarespace websites are doing on Google, which gives me a competitive advantage to know how to get Squarespace websites to rank. Are you going to pick a normal Squarespace SEO agency? We're going to pick a Squarespace SEO agency which has a unique understanding and a competitive advantage through the software that they provide. And that's really where SaaS and agencies can skyrocket. It's when you can utilize that SaaS, create a competitive advantage to blow up your agency, and where they really work hand in hand and create synergy. So if you really want to know what the silver bullet is off the back of this call, if you're sitting here and you don't know whether to start an agency, whether to start a SaaS business, maybe my experience can give you insight into what is best and what you could do. I started an SEO agency, and 2 months later I came up with the idea for my SaaS business, and then a year later I am releasing it to the public. So it's taken a long time. However, within a year I've able to scale a 6-figure agency, and I've able to create the most popular Squarespace SEO plugin in the world. Another example, just to finish on, look at Iman Gadzi. Iman Gadzi started a marketing agency. He then created a course to teach people how to start a marketing agency, then created a SaaS business in order to funnel people from his info product into. And what I like to call that is a domino effect. It's where you line up the small dominoes in a row in order to knock over the big dominoes. And that for me is what I'm going to achieve with my SaaS business. It's what's going to enable me to build a multi-million-pound SaaS business and multi-million-pound agency. And it's what you can do in order to go from this video and leverage the 2 different business models in order to create a wildly successful business and business group. And of course, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I'm going to be sharing for completely free the challenges, the lessons, everything that I go through while growing an SEO agency and while growing my SaaS business. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next video.